welcome to the Lit Up Lightworker Podcast, bringing you fun and soulful interviews with spiritual teachers with the aim of tuning you in and lighting you up. You can access all episodes of the podcast at georgelizos.com/podcast, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos and interviews about spirituality and wellness. My name is George Lizos. I'm a spiritual teacher, intuitive, the co-creator of Elemental Healing, and the author of Be the Guru. And I am so excited to have here with me the fabulous Maria Tan. Maria Tan is a success and wealth coach for misfits, multi-passionates, and millennials. She helps her clients elevate by helping them gain clarity on their vision and translating that into clear, actionable steps and milestones. She's worked with over 1,000 individuals from all over the world and has given international talks on entrepreneurship, empowerment, and energy. Maria, welcome to the Lit Up Lightworker Podcast.
Thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here today. Hello, everybody from Asia. I am currently in Asia at the time of this recording, and I hope you are having a great day.
It's so exciting to have you here because we're going to talk about something that I've been wanting to do an episode on for a while, but I haven't gotten the chance to do yet. And I think you're the perfect person to chat about that, which is money and spirituality, which are two words that traditionally don't go together in the same sentence. But we're here to demystify that. We're here to overcome our poverty thinking and really accept and see and perceive money as something spiritual as well. But before we dive into this, I want to hear about your story with money and getting to coach and help other people to manifest more money and combine it with spirituality.
I think my money story, as like everybody does have, all started with disappointment. I think that's it, right? Like that's all how we start our money story: guilt, disappointment, frustration, anger. And I'm born into a very entrepreneurial family, so business is in my blood. But my father lost the business when I was very young, so 11. And in Asia, the culture here is very it's sad, but you know that you've lost people's favors or lost in people's good side when you're asked or invited to parties and you're being put at the corner of the room and you're like a parasite or being ostracized or like a pariah there, right? So think of an 11-year-old girl seeing something change, right? Whereas maybe a few years ago or just a few months ago, everybody just wanted to be my father's best friend and was bombarding me with gifts. And suddenly we're just a nuisance. And I think that really prevented me from living life a very, very expanded way. Because even if I come from an entrepreneurial family and I was actually making money from the age of 6, suddenly I saw money as such a tag, as such a limitation. When before that, money was simply something to be enjoyed, something like, okay, I'll sell this, I'll get money, I'll be able to buy this. It's more of like that exchange. It's a very joyful activity. It's a joyful symbolism of life. It's a joyful and creative way of expressing myself, finding resources, finding things to put together. And all of a sudden everything just crashed, right? Like that disappointment. Then one day I saw my father crying. Can you imagine, for a 12-year-old 11-year-old girl, you see your father crying? Your father, someone who's like a masculine person, you see that man suddenly crying. And again, I want to remind everybody, this was in the 90s. Fathers don't cry, right? Like now, maybe it's a little different, but back then, fathers didn't cry. And I am Asian. Asians, we don't have feelings. Like that's the belief that people have, right? Asians don't cry. Asians don't get emotional. So for me, it was really new. So I started seeing money as that, like a limitation. Everything is limited. It was a source of anger, a source of sadness, a source of grief, source of disappointment. And then I put all my focus into making money because I was a very good salesperson. I still am. So I was really focused on, selling, selling, selling. Remember, I started making money at 6. So at 11 or 12, it was easy to just keep making more, right? So I was selling, selling, selling. I was known as Maria went to town in my school because I sold to everybody, from the cleaners to the teachers to my classmates. Everybody was buying things from me, right? And then at the same time, I was tutoring. I did after school programs with my classmates. So I was teaching them. They were willing to pay me money. I was very smart. So money was pretty much, it was easy coming in, but it never gave me any joy because it's just a reminder of how my classmates could just easily say, okay, let's go to the movies. Their parents would pay for it. And for us, it was really difficult because we were already on scholarship. Going to a private school was expensive and my mother could not afford it. My father could not bring in anything. So it was really, really tough. And then when I was 20, about 24, mid-20s, I hit the toughest wall in my life when I realized, what the hell am I doing? Like, money became super easy, okay? Like, I pretty much got everything that I wanted. Like money, buying Prada was so easy. Like, okay, buying Prada was nothing, like people now plaster their things on social media just to show people that they can afford it. But back then, and in mid-20s, it was really nothing for me to buy a Cartier, it was easy because money was flowing in, right? But I was literally lost and stuck, and there was a big void in me because I just couldn't feel complete. Like there's something in me that's telling me this is not life. Life should not be about waking up, focusing on how much money you can make, and then repeat. It's just pretty much that. And hustle, 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 make more money. And I realized, no, I need to step back and I need to go back into who am I? What am I? And how does money, or how should money be with me? How can I bring back that younger version of myself where money was joy, was joyful? It was more, it's like you make decisions not because of money, but because you want it, and money just accelerated things, right? Instead of like every decision you make is about money. It's about, oh, I cannot join. I remember in college, I would not even join field trips. I had scholarships, right? I would never even consider stepping into 7-Eleven, buying their coffee if I can just make my own coffee. Because for me, how much is that? $2, $2 was completely ridiculous to spend on coffee. Because for me, it was, like every decision you make is about saving money. And for me, that should not be. So when I was in my mid-20s, I was very depressed. I was suicidal. And I thought, no, life is something better than this. And I don't need to follow what everybody does. I can build my own life. I can create a different world from everybody else.
And that's how you started shifting your perspective about money, healing your story, because something that's present in everybody is a story we have about money. You've just shared yours, but exactly. I'm sure every single person listening right now has their own relationship with money, their own limiting beliefs that were created for all sorts of different reasons. And it's just a matter of bringing that into our awareness, healing it, and choosing to think differently about money. And I think something valuable in helping us shift our perception about money is redefining money. So from your experience, what is money? How should we perceive it? How should we be perceiving money?
I call it money is our spiritual partner. You understand? Yeah. Because money is, if we have our romantic partner, we have our business partner, money is our spiritual partner, because money is the only thing in this world right now where we live in that helps us sustain what we want. I have this, one of my free training series is about monetizing your magic. And I always tell people, if you cannot monetize your magic, how can you make more? Because then there is no sustainability. So for me, spirituality is as simple as us being 100% authentic and aligned to who we are and what we want to share with people. And we cannot do that if our spiritual partner is not aligned with us, because then we will always be worried about how we can pay the bills, how we can, like how we can start anything. But when you see money as a spiritual partner, as a someone who can really help us sustain, keep it flowing, we don't see it as something limiting, but rather something freeing, something that would give us that support that we want, to be very spiritual, to be very on purpose.
So not just money is an opposite to spirituality, but when we define money as spirituality and see money as our spiritual partner, then we can totally shift our perspective about it. Because you're right, in the current world where we live in right now with capitalism and the way the world works, we need money to sustain ourselves. So what I also had to overcome and also now teach to my clients and my audience is that when you accept money and you accept to receive for your spiritual gifts, for your magic, as you say, then you open up the opportunities and the doors for you to create more of that magic. Because the more money comes in, the better you can create your house, the more inspired you can be in your physical space, and therefore the more money you can create, and that allows you to expand and therefore help even more people. So the more money you make, the more people you help, the more nurtured you feel, and therefore the more you can create, and again, the more people you can help, the more you can put out there. So it creates a vicious circle of positivity, of money flowing, which is wonderful.
Yes, I want to add something there. Yes, that's one, like making more money allows us to create more, but we should not also forget that for us spiritual people, for us light workers, to accept money is actually allowing our clients and the people that we've helped to say thank you to us, right? Because they also want to pay us. They're so thankful for our help to them, right? How we touch their lives. Or how often can you hear people right now say to you, thank you for listening to me? Because nobody listens. So we are actually giving an opportunity for the people that we help to feel good about saying thank you.
Amen.
Like money is simply, right? It's just a spiritual partner. It's them saying, thank you. Here's the money. Thank you so much for helping me, right? Because again, I'm sure they want to return the favor, or they want to, I call it like balance the energy exchange, right? So I'm sure they want to do that energetic balance, but they don't know how. And by you saying, okay, this is one good way, which is this amount, they would be like, wow, thank you. It's just that I don't even need to, I don't know, fly you to where you are, but it's just that, as simple as paying us. It's for them, their way of saying thank you to us. So one, yes, collect being paid to be us is for us to create more, but also allowing people to pay us is allowing them to say thank you. Why will we rob these people the chance to say thank you to us, right?
I love the shift of perception, like giving people the opportunity to thank us for the creation we co-create together, basically. Because yes, money is an investment in a way. When you invest something, your energy and your money in someone, then you get something in like from that as well. And there has to be an equal exchange. So Maria, you talk about the money codes. Now, we don't have time to talk about all the money codes. So we're going to talk about the 4 ones. So the money codes, the way I understand it, it's something we can use to help us manifest more abundance into our lives, especially now since we're in the new year. It's the beginning of the year. What can we do to use the money codes in manifesting more abundance?
Okay, so I have the full video. I'm sure George will put it somewhere.
Please share it. Please share it. Where can people find it?
I have it on IGTV actually. So I'll send it to George after this recording, and
It's
I'm
gonna
sure it will be
be
in the
in
show
the
notes.
description. Yes.
Yes. So, but anyway, I'm very excited to talk about money codes because these are the pieces. Think of the programs that we have in our body, in our
Yes.
mindset, in the way we look at life that actually prevents us from having more, creating more sustainability.
Hmm.
So understanding these 7 money codes and how you rank or how your benchmark in each would give you more awareness on how you are self-sabotaging yourself and self-limiting. Because again, remember, money is a way for people to say thank you to us. Money is a way for people to see us more. So by pushing this money away, or by scoring quite low on those money codes, we're actually preventing ourselves to light up. As you said, this is a lit up podcast, right?
Hmm.
So when you understand these 7 money codes, and you know how you score there, or you have that awareness of how to shift easily in within those money codes, it would be easier for you to put yourself out there for people to find you and for you to help more people. Because again, we are here to serve, and our service is us being simply authentically us.
So what are the 4 codes?
Okay, let's talk about the 4. I call it the 4 money magic. The first one is the manifestation code. The second is receptivity. The third is retention. The fourth is multiplication. Okay,
Let's start with the
I'll
first
go
one.
with the set. Yes, let's talk about the first one. So many people make this mistake about manifestation and receptivity. They think these two are the same. They're not. So manifestation is as simple as the materialization of the thought of something that we thought of. So it can be as simple as, I'd really love to have extra money. So that is a thought, right? Now, the materialization of that, the manifestation of that, can be as simple as your mother asking you, oh, by the way, do you need money? That's manifestation. It can be as simple as that materialization of the thought, that opportunity to get the money. That is already materialization. That is manifestation. Now, the question here, most people don't realize we are very good in manifesting. Manifesting is not a problem. The problem always lies in the receiving. Manifestation is easy. Like that's why I always, how people talk about having signs. I say it very different from all spiritual mentors, because I tell people don't rely on signs, because we are manifestors. We are created. We are powerful manifestors. So sometimes we manifest what we want to see instead of what should be. So again, this is as simple as that. Right now, receiving this would be you saying, yes, mom, I really need help. That is you receiving. But most people would do, oh my God, why did my mother ask me? Does she think that I cannot make it? Does she think, that's that's the regular response, right? Because they would feel pride, there's shame, there's a lot of story, or oh my God, I'm sure this has strings attached to it, right? We're not even giving that money the chance to come in.
So it's about learning to say yes to the money that's already coming to us. So that's the first money code.
That's receptivity. No, manifestation is the first money code.
Okay,
it's
so
our ability
okay.
to materialize that thought of I need more money. The second is receiving it. Is for you to be able to say yes and to look at the things that you manifested unconditionally. That's the key. Because most people look at, let's say, if this sender, let's say your mother is the sender that the universe gave you, right, for your money problem, most people would judge that as bad. That's why they don't receive. That's why it becomes a sabotage. But when they just check in with themselves and say, you know what, I can say yes to this. And if my mother brings it up later, I can say, well, you asked to give me. I did not ask from you. You were the one who volunteered. So I said, thank you, right? So that's the second, that's receiving. So these two, again, most people, I would say 9 out of 10 people are powerful manifestors. Manifestation is never the problem. The problem is always the second money code, which is receiving.
Mm-hmm.
So a very good test for it, for everybody listening, is just think of the person that you hate the most in the world, or the person that you feel judged the most. Think of them coming and giving you a suitcase of loads of cash. Would you say yes? So that
Clearly.
is the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a very easy test of how high you are at receptivity. Because are you willing to say yes? Or would you go into, no, this has strings attached, this can't be true, this is too good to be true, like all those things. So that's receptivity. That's the second code.
I like
Now
the
the
ability
third code,
to rate that. Yes. Go on
yes.
with the third one.
The third code is retention. So
Huh.
retention and receptivity, these are two different things. So in the Chinese Bazi theory, I don't know if you're familiar, but it's similar to the Chinese astrology. Think of it astrology. It's like in India, they have the astrological charts where they calculate based on your zodiac signs. In the Chinese, they also have this Bazi. Bazi is about your date of birth, your time of birth, your place of birth. And in that belief, there is a saying, there is a belief, or there's a school of thought that says some people come with money, but no container. In Chinese, it says, Yo Cai Mei Ku. Yo is you have, Cai is money, Mei is no, Ku is container, like a pot or a pocket. So some people, what happens becomes some people, they are very good at manifesting, right? Like I said, most of the people are very good at manifesting. And some people are even good at receiving it, but they cannot hold on to the money. Something always goes out, like unexpected bills come, or, like you don't even know where the money goes. That is a very clear indicator that you have very low retention, like money retention rate.
So retention is
Because
something practical, then it's about managing your money?
it's spiritual as well. It's energetic as well. It's like some people, again, some people, they're very good at receiving money. So maybe they have many jobs, or they're paid high, but they have very big debt because they cannot retain the money. Money always flows out. So there is a way to clear that spiritually, but a very practical way would be direct your money. Direct your money, put containers for your money.
Consciously.
Yes. This is a very easy way.
There is a great book, Maria, that I know you have a book as well, and I want you to talk about that in a little bit. There is a book that it talks all about the containers. 2 books actually that I've read that I use and I implement in my life and business. For my life, it's a book called The Wealth Chef by Ann Wilson, which is, again, it's what you mentioned with the containers and directing, having different budgets for different aspects of your life. The other one that I use for business is called Profit First, which, again, it's used for businesses, and you have different containers and you assign a different percentage to each container. Now, do you talk about something similar to that in your book as well, or tell us a little bit about your book, because I want people to hear it and to get to work more with you through that.
So that book is actually a personal story. It's co-authored with 7 different women from all over the world. And for that, I focus more on the elements of money, meaning the money energy, not about this part. This
not
part you can see it in the, no, not the retention part. This part you can see in my IGTV link, which I will share with you later. But this is about that container. Like you said, in life and in business, you have container, you direct it. Because again, there are people who are very good at retention. Like in their energy, they are born with that retention magic. So
but also you can learn it. Can you also learn to
So again, there's 2, remember, everything works 2 ways, right? One is energy, one is the logic, the strategy part of it. So again, if you are a person that's already born with this retention rate, high retention rate, the downside of that is you will find it difficult to spend money for yourself, because you have very high retention rate. It's like you hoard things. You're an energy hoarder to some extent. Like,
Yes.
it's hard for you to let go. It's hard for you. But there are people who are born with low money retention rate. That's energetic. That's something that you're born with, which you can shift. Yes, which you can shift energetically if you work with a spiritual teacher who knows how to do these things, who knows how to I can do it. I recalibrate things. So who knows how to do this, of course they can fix it. But again, we don't have access to a money magician every day, right? So we do the practical, which is, like you said, the 2 books, which are good. You talk about how you can contain the money, how you can direct the money, because whatever happens, money will flow out. That
Indeed.
is that if you come with a very low retention rate, that will happen for sure.
And if you come with a really high one, you just don't enjoy your life because you retain everything rather than just consciously spend it. So what's the 4th one? So we have manifestation, receptivity, retention.
And the last one is multiplication. How you can make money work for you. Not everybody has that magic or has that exposure. Again, some people, when they're born, they already have a very high multiplication rate. That's why they do good in stocks, even if they didn't study it. You know what I mean? Like, they're very good. They know which investment would work. They can see something. They know that this would multiply. Some people have that gift. You can say it's intuition, but to some extent, if you really look at it from a money perspective, they have that gift to see which investment is going to really multiply. They have this gut feeling, right? But of course, you can study this. You can go and study financial literacy. You can study stock exchange. You can study real estate, right? Of course, we can study that. But some people are already born with high multiplication energy. Now, going back to the retention energy, some people may come with a high retention energy, but very low multiplication energy, because these people, they're good at hoarding, but they don't know how to make money work for them. So what happens is their immediate thinking would be, I make money, I save the money. But people with high multiplication energies thinking would be, I make money, I will invest this, I will multiply this. So people with high multiplication energy or high multiplication code, what happens is they're not really cash fluid all the time. Maybe their cash is not high, but they are high in assets and portfolio because they know how to make money work for them.
Maria, you're such a money mage. Like, I'm just thinking about money and my finances in such a different way right now. Like, I can see, like, while you're talking, I'm rating the different money codes. I'm like, oh, I'm doing good there. I need to work on that better. So how do we take that and translate it into like a practical process that anyone can do right now to manifest more financial abundance in 2020?
Okay, this is a great question. So let's start with your ability to receive. This is the first, because again, everybody's mostly 90% or 99% of the universe, the population has high manifestation energy anyway. So let's start with your receptivity. The first thing you need to see to really shift is think of, you deserve more. That is a very, I know it sounds so spiritual, but this is a very practical application. If you cannot even see that you are worth more, you deserve more, there is no way to receive. Because what happens is you will judge everything that comes. You will judge every good opportunity as something that's too good to be true. So you have to start with that mindset that I am worth more, that I deserve more, that I am doing something to create and to help more people, that people paying me, giving me money is them saying thank you to me. That me finding money on the street is the universe saying, here, good luck.
You deserve that.
So that, yes, this is the first step. Very practical. You need to apply this. The second thing now is to start now really making containers for your money. Think of, even if today it feels so impossible, but start thinking of where you want money to go. Okay, because what happens is people who win the lottery in 3 years, they lose everything
because they have no retention.
Yes, because maybe I told you, everybody's high in manifestation. It just so happens that at that time, their energy for retention, energy is very layered again. So it's possible at that time, at that moment, their receptivity energy is so high, they were able to receive that.
Yes.
Even if they're not conscious about it, right? That's energetic again. So they lose it in 3 years because they have very low retention energy and they have very low multiplication energy. So from today, you need to start thinking about buckets in your life. Like I always say, some people, they feel insecure if they don't have savings. Some people are like that. So for me, put one bucket for savings, one bucket for like fun, one bucket for investment, like money, business, one bucket for, let's say, adventure, something to try. Like, fun and try, these are two different things, because fun for me is more of, you really want to party and so on. But the adventure fund is more of something that you want to see. Let's give it a try. You understand? But that budget should be there, because, in any business, like when people ask me, should I go into business? I always say, do you have a budget for your adventure fund? Because if not, business is a black hole. Sometimes it can really go faster than you can imagine if you don't know how to do business. So you have to understand how to have that budget, that limit of your adventure fund. And you also have to have that budget for helping fund. You know what? Like in companies, their CSR is 20%, right? There is a number, there is a limit, because you cannot help everybody, really. So it has to be, there should be a budget a year. For example, okay, I am willing to help up to $1,000 for 1 year for 2020. So every time you make any decision about helping people, for example, you bought their product because you want to help them, not really because you want it, but you want to support them. So you put that in as your help from your help budget. Like, put it in. You have to list it down, because once this 1,000 is gone, you've used this up. Please start your fund from 2021, because again, it is you respecting money. Remember, money is your spiritual partner. Can you tell your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your husband, your wife that, hey, you know what? I don't have any limit. Like, we also have some rules that we play with our partners, right? So it's the same with money. It's our spiritual partner. We have to respect it, and we respect it by saying, okay, honey, we're just spending this much on helping people this year, right? So that's the container. So that's the second step. Now, the third step now is this. Before you make let's say the money comes in, you have your budget now coming in. The one thing that would really help you activate your money magic is to really, really declare how much you want. Because many people say, I want more money, more financial abundance. Fine, but what is that number? So you can start small. So if today you're making $500, for example, a month, why don't you go for $700? Like, I want to make $700 this month. Once you reach it, thank God I've reached 700. Now it's time for 800 or 900. Because that, again, this is like creating milestones and memories with your spiritual partner, right? You have a 1 year anniversary, 1 month anniversary with your romantic partner. It's the same with your spiritual partner. Every step that you've created together, that you've created, you've received and done together is a milestone. When you see that with your spiritual partner, imagine how your spiritual partner would love you more, right? So
I love that, Maria. So powerful 3 steps to kickstart our year and have more financial abundance. And it's all about declaring your receptivity, creating budgets for different areas of our lives so that we can raise our retention if it's really low. And what was the last step again?
Really, really shifting in your mindset.
And being really
I
clear
deserve
about what we
more.
want. Indeed.
Yes.
Stating our number. Maria, thank you so much for sharing these powerful tools with us. I don't know about everybody listening, but I feel ready to start 2020 with more conscious direction with my money. Maria, where can people get in touch with you and work with you?
Okay, I am again on Instagram. I'm very, very active on Instagram. Please follow me. My handle is @Maria_K_Tad. I have all the details there anyway. So please follow me. I share again about empowerment, entrepreneurship, and energy, including money energy. So please come follow me, be in my energy. I'd love to have you. I'd love to share energy with you.
And of course, we'll pop the link for that in the description below. Thank you so much for joining us, Maria. And thank you so much for everybody listening and watching. Bye-bye.